What if you were having the perfect day? You're floating in crystal clear waters, the sun warming your face, laughter echoing across the waves. Paradise, right? Now imagine that same water turning red with your own blood as nature's most feared predator closes its jaws around you. This isn't a movie. This isn't fiction. This happened to two young people whose summer vacations became headlines worldwide. And what they did and how they fought back will leave you speechless. Welcome back to Jaws and Claws, where we dive deep into the most extraordinary animal encounters on Earth. Today we're exploring a story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about ocean safety. Two families, two children, two shark attacks that defied all odds. But this isn't just about the attacks themselves. It's about what happens when the human spirit refuses to surrender to nature's most apex predator. Before we begin, I want to warn you, some of the footage and descriptions you're about to see are intense, but they're also real, and they're necessary to understand the incredible journey these survivors embarked upon. June 7, 2024, Seacrest Beach, Florida. The emerald waters of the Gulf Coast shimmer under a perfect summer sun. 15-year-old Lulu Gribbin is living what could be every teenager's dream vacation. She's here with her twin sister Ellie, surrounded by friends, collecting sand dollars and shells along the pristine white shoreline. But let me tell you something about bull sharks, the species we're dealing with here. These aren't your typical movie monsters. Bull sharks are different. They're aggressive, unpredictable, and unlike great whites, they hunt in shallow waters where families play. They can swim in both salt and fresh water, making them one of the most adaptable predators on the planet. And on this particular day, one bull shark had already tasted human blood. Just 4 miles down the beach, hours earlier, another swimmer had been attacked. The predator was still in the area, still hunting, and it was about to turn Lulu's paradise into a nightmare that would change her life forever. At 3 p.m., Lulu and her friends decided to venture out to the first sandbar. Picture this, crystal clear water, playing on a boogie board, teenage laughter filling the air, everything that makes you love the ocean. But beneath the surface, something dark was circling. Then it happened. One of Lulu's friends spotted it first, a shadow moving just below the surface. Before anyone could react, the water around Lulu exploded in a spray of foam and terror. The bull shark, estimated at over 6 feet long, struck with the force of a freight train. First, it took her left hand, gone. Just like that, but the shark wasn't finished. As Lulu tried to escape, fighting through pain and shock, the predator came back. This time it locked onto her right leg with crushing force, shaking her like a rag doll. The power of a bull shark's bite? Over 1,300 pounds per square inch. To put that in perspective, that's enough force to crush a bowling ball. Lulu was in so much pain, but she was also drowning. The shark was pulling her under, her lungs filled with salt water as she fought for her life. The crystal clear waters turned crimson. Her sister Ellie watched from shore, helpless, as her twin sister battled for survival. And then, as suddenly as it began, the shark released her and vanished into the depths. But the damage was catastrophic. Here's where this story takes an incredible turn. Among the chaos and screaming, heroes emerged. Dr. Ryan Forbes and Dr. Muhammad Ali, two physicians who happened to be vacationing with their families, sprinted into the blood-stained surf without hesitation. What they found would haunt them forever. Lulu had lost 2/3 of the blood in her body. Her left hand was gone, her right leg was mangled beyond recognition. She was barely conscious, her body shutting down from massive trauma and blood loss. But these doctors, along with the EMTs and nurses who happened to be on the beach that day, began the fight of their lives. Tourniquets, pressure bandages, every second counted. They weren't just treating wounds, they were literally holding death at bay with their bare hands. A rescue helicopter landed on the highway. Lulu was airlifted to Sacred Heart Hospital in Pensacola, where trauma surgeons waited. The prognosis was grim, the odds of survival uncertain at best. But Lulu isn't the only survivor in our story today. Nearly 2 years earlier, 10-year-old Jameson Reeder Jr. was snorkeling off the Florida Keys when his own nightmare began. He was filming a sea turtle with his GoPro, completely absorbed in the beauty of the coral reef, when a 9-foot bull shark erupted from below. The attack was captured on his own camera. One moment, pure joy as he filmed marine life. The next, the screen filling with blood as the shark's jaws closed around his right leg. His father jumped in. His mother screamed. They were 9 miles from shore with no phone signal and a child whose leg was barely attached to his body. But sometimes miracles happen. A passing boat appeared, pure chance or divine intervention, with a nurse on board. The Coast Guard intercepted them, a helicopter arrived, and Jameson, like Lulu, found himself in a fight for survival that would test every ounce of human resilience. Recovery isn't just about surviving the attack, it's about rebuilding your entire life. Lulu's right leg was amputated above the knee, her left hand was gone, but here's what's remarkable. Just 77 days after nearly dying, she was walking again. She underwent something called the starfish procedure, a revolutionary technique that would allow her to control individual fingers on a future prosthetic hand. Every day was a battle. Every step was earned through pain and determination. Physical therapy sessions that would break most adults. Learning to walk again. Learning to live again. Jameson's recovery was equally inspiring. He adapted to his prosthetic leg. Here's the incredible part. He decorated it with a shark. He returned to baseball, his passion before the attack. He even took up surfing. Imagine that, a shark attack survivor returning to the water that nearly killed him. Both survivors faced a choice that would define the rest of their lives. Let the attack destroy them or use it to become something stronger. What happened next defied every expectation. Lulu didn't just survive, she became a beacon of hope. Her community welcomed her home with a hero's parade. She began speaking publicly about shark safety, trauma recovery, and the power of resilience. She turned her tragedy into a platform to help others. Jameson's story, captured in the book Rescue at the Reef, continues to inspire families worldwide. He walks with confidence, his shirt reading, "Before you ask, it was a shark." He's living proof that the human spirit can overcome nature's most fearsome predators. But here's what's most remarkable. Neither of them blame the sharks. They understand that they entered the shark's domain. Bull sharks aren't evil, they're apex predators doing what evolution designed them to do. Both survivors advocate for shark conservation and ocean safety education, not shark culling or revenge. Let's talk facts. Shark attacks remain incredibly rare. You're more likely to be struck by lightning than attacked by a shark. But bull sharks are different from other species. They're responsible for more attacks on humans than any other shark species except great whites and tiger sharks. They hunt in shallow water, they're territorial, and they're opportunistic feeders. The attacks on Lulu and Jameson weren't random. They occurred in areas where bull sharks naturally hunt. Seacrest Beach and the Florida Keys are both known bull shark territories. Understanding their behavior, their hunting patterns, and their preferred environments is crucial for ocean safety. Both survivors now advocate for better education about shark behavior, improved emergency response protocols, and the importance of having medical professionals trained in trauma response at popular beach destinations. 2 lives forever changed by encounters with one of nature's most efficient predators. 2 families that faced unimaginable terror. 2 young people who chose to transform their trauma into triumph. Lulu Gribbin and Jameson Reeder Jr. represent something profound about human resilience. When faced with nature's ultimate test, they didn't just survive, they thrived. They took experiences that could have broken them and used them to build something stronger, something inspiring, something that gives hope to others facing their own battles. The ocean remains as beautiful and dangerous as ever. Bull sharks continue to patrol the waters where families vacation. But these stories remind us that even in our darkest moments, even when the odds seem impossible, the human spirit has an incredible capacity to fight back. Today, both survivors continue their journeys. Lulu dances, walks, and inspires others with her strength. Jameson plays baseball, surfs, and shows the world that losing a limb doesn't mean losing your dreams. Their message is simple but powerful. When life shows you its teeth, you can choose to show yours right back. You can see more about that fateful day in one of our previous videos detailing the story of Lulu and the 2 other women attacked that same day on our video titled, "Horrifying Rogue Shark Attacks 3 Women in 3 Hours." If these incredible stories of survival moved you, make sure to subscribe for more extraordinary tales from the natural world. Hit that notification bell, because nature's most incredible stories are still being written. And remember, respect the ocean, but never let fear keep you from experiencing its wonders. What would you do if faced with nature's ultimate predator? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, this is Jaws and Claws, where we hope to see you next week.